Ellen McCauley prayed off Syracuse, New York on October 30th, 2025. There is a link between obesity and perfectionism. Like I said earlier, you're so busy trying to be perfect in all these areas of your life that you let yourself go because everybody else and everything else matters more than you. So you tend being tired, stressed, and you reach for the easy things, the processed food, the takeout, the restaurant food, the desserts. We medicate ourselves with food. And one person said to me today, I wanted to medicate myself with food, so I had this cookie, and it wasn't even that good. Did you ever medicate yourself with food and you go, wait a minute, I wasted those calories and that didn't even taste good? What's wrong with saying, I'm going to take a bite, ooh, I really didn't like that, and throwing it away? It's going to go somewhere, either in your body or the garbage. It's the same thing, okay? What made me fail, this person here, was my inability to accept my own faults. Oh, and that's so true. I want to be the best at everything I do. I want people to say, oh, that Ellen McCauley, she works so hard, she tries so hard. I don't want them to say that Ellen McCauley, she kind of sucks at losing weight and keeping it off. We are not the lazy, procrastinating people that many think we are. Overweight perfectionists think in all or nothing terms. Either we do something very well or we don't do it at all. We need to set shorter, more obtainable goals. And this is huge. Don't weigh yourself every day. Even tonight, people are like, oh, I only gained 1 pound. My scale at home said I gained 2. They tell me. I beg them not to tell me. They tell me. I truly believe that weighing yourself once a week, and there are people who do it. One person said to me, weighing myself once a week has really changed my outlook on life in general because I obsessed about it every day. Was I in a good mood? Did I gain? Was I in a bad mood? Was I happy? This, that. Now I come once a week. I deal with it. I'm not fixated on it. And somebody says, well, it keeps me on track. I disagree. Your log will keep you on track, baby. You don't have to weigh yourself every day. Work on thinking in the middle. You want to lose 10 pounds? Let's start with a pound, okay? And then slow weight loss wins. I've seen so many people on those fad diets, they just lose 20 or 30 pounds. They're eating cabbage soup and only cabbage soup or drinking protein shakes and only protein shakes, and then they lose tons of weight. They gain it back very quickly. We are in a quick fix society. You still can go to the grocery stores, and believe it or not, there's still magazines in the racks. They are. They're still there. And you glance over, and what do the majority of them say? Lose 10 pounds in 2 minutes. Yeah. Or you want to look good by Christmas, read this, And it's a quick fix, and it will give you failure because you will not have the nutrients your body needs. The protein, your body works harder. Anyone increase their protein this week? Some people did. Good. And we don't want to be on that yo-yo. There's 2 things I wrote this week. B2B on a lot of your logs. That means back to basics. Basics are eat less processed food, move more, and make sure you're kicking up those prayers. Mm-hmm. I also said to some people, 2-pound dance, 1-pound dance. A 2-pound dance means you lose 2 pounds, the next week you gain 2 pounds, the next week you lose 2 pounds, the next week you gain 2 pounds. Now that's not characteristically the kind of yo-yo diet behavior that will hurt you, but you're not going to get to your healthy weight loss that way. What's going to hurt you if you lose 50 pounds, gain 60 pounds, lose 70 pounds, gain 100 pounds. That's the kind of yo-yo dieting that will really hurt you. Also, slow weight loss lasts because you're building a healthy relationship with food. A member said to me, how did you give up snacking? I just said to myself, I'm going to eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and I will not snack. God, hold my hand. And then I didn't. You can do anything you want if you just do it. You just do it. You can give up snacks, just do it. Now, after I lost weight and got to a certain point, my body went to a stabilization, and so then I started not eating hardly anything at all. And that's when I got into the 100s, and I couldn't sustain it. So I had to give up lunch. So now I just eat breakfast and dinner. I can't eat lunch just to maintain the weight I'm at. So I'm working with my doctor. You know, we talk about kicking up the exercise, and I do. But, you know, increasing the protein. A lot of what I show you is what I'm learning. Increasing the protein, increasing the veggies, etc. Also having a positive attitude. No matter where we're at now, we're better than we were. You're better than you were just sitting here and listening and trying to be healthier. Eat slow and enjoy. Eat slow and go num, 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 num. Okay? Slow and steady wins the race, because the race is towards the number one thing that matters in your life, your health. If you're trying to lose weight for your health, that's the best reason in the world to do it for. And then I love these life lessons for being a perfectionist. Do it half rate. I used to sweat over, I've told this story before, but I'll tell it again, over the Christmas letter. This is like pre-Facebook, where you get those letters from people, and they tell you how perfect their life was and how their kids are valedictorian and they're going to Yale and Princeton. Well, I tried to make my letter a little funny. You know, oh, the cops came for our son again. No, only kidding. But I tried to make it a little more realistic. So I agonized over it, and I had to be funny, it had to be witty. I mean, it was so great. And when I was finally done, I'm love, Ellen. And plus, I'd write a personal note in the card. You mean so much to me. I still cherish our high school friendship. And then I'd get cards in return, and they would sign things like Bob and Ann. Not even love. And I'm like, what? I sweat blood and I'm not even getting a love? And I sing this song every year to Mary Ellen Byrne. Remember, I go, where is the love you said was mine? Oh, man. I open my Christmas cards and I'm singing that song, where's the love? So I said, you know what? I'm not going to do it anymore. Did the world fall apart? Was it in the Post-Standard? Was it on the national news? Ellen McCauley no longer did her agonizing Christmas letter. And I really stopped being that kind of perfectionist. All we have to do is say, I'm going to do it half right. Rate. I still write a personal note that's meaningful. I still write love. And I just don't agonize. Make a list, then minimize it. Every day I have a list of things to do, and then if I don't get to something, I put it on the next day. I try to make a list because it keeps me honest. Redefine workout. Exercising, let's say you want to exercise an hour and you exercise 20 minutes. 20 minutes is better than no minutes, right? So you just do the best you can there. Say no more often. They wanted me to take over the Watchfire, and I said, I cannot do it. I want to. I love the Watchfire. I will do Wreaths Across America. I have to learn to say no. And many of you in this room have to learn to say no if you're not taking care of yourself, okay? And reward yourself. Read a book. Get your nails done. If you didn't notice, I have this beautiful fall color on my nails. It's gorgeous. I don't want you to check it out later. That's my reward for being good. Share rather than compare. We walked in to see Clue last night, and the security lady says to my sister, I love your purse. Oh, I love your earrings. They're so beautiful. She gave out like 10 compliments in a row. It's as if she had a list at home that said compliment people more often. She was just great at it. We need to compliment people. There's a new church bulletin out at Holy Family. It's gorgeous. I called up Gary and I said, Gary, that church bulletin is award-winning. I love it. And she goes, wow. I mean, no one called her and said how great it was. If someone does a sermon, I tell them how awesome it is. If someone's a lecturer, I'm like, you really knocked it out of the park. People want to hear they do a good job. Also, people will complain. Oh, no matter what. Oh, yeah, no matter what. People will tell you if they are unhappy with you for a reason. They'll tell you if you've done something wrong. One of the trouble about making an effort to be a better person is there's always people that are going to tell you when you weren't a good person. And you know, one guy in college made a big mistake. And And at every reunion, someone would bring up this mistake. And I heard him say to someone at one of the reunions, you know what? I've spent a lifetime trying to be the best person I could be. And I like to think that, you know, God's had my back and I've made up for that. And I so appreciate it if you wouldn't bring it up again. If they keep bringing it up, you say, I've done my best to overcome. And I'd appreciate if you wouldn't bring it up. And I always think, you can be wonderful and someone's not going to like what you're doing. Look what they did to Jesus. I always bring that up. They crucified him. What do you do? Heal people on a Sabbath? Oh my gosh, let's crucify him. They killed him. Don't obsess what's going wrong. You learn and go forward. And I also want to mention about how music can help you burn more fat. But guess what kind of music? They're talking about classical music here. Eating dinner while listening to Mozart helps to improve your metabolism and food digestion. Listen to this. Exercising while listening to classical music helps you lose weight a lot faster than listening to loud fitness pop music. Maybe because the first group that they tested this on listened to Vivaldi music, worked out on a stationary bike a half an hour longer than the group who was listening to pop music because they wanted to, because they were enjoying the music. I tried it. Oh my gosh. I was saying, what is this piece by Mozart? I love it. And they're like a lot of them you've heard before. So listen to classical music. I also have something in here on portion size and weight loss. A lot of you still do not know what honker means. Honker means it's falling off your plate, everybody. Okay? So take a really good look at this. Another thing is no seconds. You say, I'm going to put a Tupperware dish, this goulash or whatever it is, chili, in a Tupperware dish, and I will have more tomorrow. I do not need a second helping now. You just say there's always tomorrow, okay? And then I have a delicious recipe here for Mexican chicken soup. And I suggest you add Rotels, because I like Rotels tomatoes because there's a little spice to them. I also only use low sodium chicken broth or beef broth, and that'll knock that sodium level down like you wouldn't believe. So try that out. And I'm going to stop right there, Bobby, and I'm going to play the song.